years, Bill Gates accumulated a net worth of $120 billion. He has almost 18 times more worth in stocks alone than Michael Jordan's entire net worth. That's a net worth you have to be considered rich in the United States. He most likely spent a solid $45 million per jet. And so many more that add up to be worth $101 million. Bill Gates is one of the richest men in the world. How did he become a billionaire at 31? Fun fact, if you were to work for 1 million years, making $40,000, you would not be anywhere near close to his net worth. How has he done this? Well, we don't know the full story, but we can see what he's invested in to make himself so rich, and what he's splurged on with his unbelievable fortune. Welcome everyone to Don't Fear Finance. We have talked about Warren Buffett and how he grew his net worth in the stock market, but we haven't done much inspection on other billionaires. So today we'll speak about the founder of the company who makes the computer I'm typing on and reading off of right now, Bill Gates. Before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe. Hit that bell icon as well as comment down below saying what you want to see in the next video. I want to know what you guys are interested in. Now into the video. First, we have shares in corporations and companies. The majority of his assets are held by Cascade Investments. His portfolio is worth around $28.4 billion. The following numbers are the amount of shares, the costs of those shares, and how much in total these shares are worth. The first group of shares that Bill Gates owns are in AutoNation. He owns 18,431,162 shares in that company, which are worth $74 per share. That comes out to be $1.8 billion in AutoNation. Next, we have over 6 million shares of Berkshire Hathaway, which has a value around $350 per share. That comes out to be $2.1 billion. The third share is in the Canadian Railways. He has around 118 million shares in that company, which has a value around $111 per share, which comes out to be a whopping $13 billion in the total value. He has $4.2 billion in Coca-Cola, roughly 88 million shares worth $48 each. Finally, he has 31 million shares in Deere & Co. worth $294 each, coming out to be a total worth of $9.1 billion. That's crazy. He has almost 18 times more worth in stocks alone than Michael Jordan's entire net worth. Bill Gates would not be a true billionaire if he did not have extremely large and fancy homes. In 1988, Bill Gates bought a plot of land, which he bought for $2 million, but then renovated to increase the value of that plot to $123 million. This house is filled with high-end technology, with lots of books that he can read in retirement, I would assume. In 2013, Bill Gates bought a real estate property in Wellington, Florida, which is considered to be the winter equestrian of the world. Next, he snagged himself a mansion and ranch for $8.7 million. That's crazy. That's a net worth you have to be considered rich in the United States. Leaning into the billionaire ways, Bill Gates bought 5 properties and joined them together to make them worth $35.87 million. Alongside this purchase, he bought another 30 acres of land for an astounding grand total of $59 million. The final investing property that he is rumored to have is an island off of the coast of Belize in Central America. This is rumored to be worth around $25 million. This is a crazy net worth already, and we're not even 50% of the way through. But before we continue, make sure to like and subscribe. I would really appreciate it, and it helps me out a lot. Now into the rest of the net worth. As one of the richest men in the world, Bill Gates needs to get around easily, and clearly he knows how to do that. As of 2018, Bill Gates owns 2 Bombardier BD 700 Global Expresses. Now, I don't know much about jets, but from my research, I found that this jet can fly at 12,400 kilometers per hour or 6,700 nautical miles. It makes sense that a billionaire like Bill Gates needs a jet like this. He most likely spent a solid $45 million per jet. For a long time, Mr. Gates has been a fan of Porsche. In 1979, Bill Gates purchased a Porsche 911 and in later years splurged on a Porsche 930 Turbo and a very rare Porsche 959. Finally, his most recent purchase was on a Porsche Taycan, which activated a squabble with the CEO of Tesla, Elon Musk. Some other cars that he owns are a Jaguar XJ6 and a Ferrari 349. His first Porsche was sold at an auction for $80,000. Now that we know that he has dropped a truckload of money on rare and expensive cars to fill the craving that he has for them, we can safely assume that he isn't afraid to pay for very, very expensive items. What I'm referring to here is collectibles. The first collectible that we have is Leonardo da Vinci's manuscript, known as the Codex Leicester, that sold for close to $30.8 million. This is a manuscript of all of Da Vinci's scientific discoveries and observations. He also got his hands on a painting of The Distant Thunder by Andrew Wyeth for $7 million in 1996, William Merritt's Chase, The Nursery, for $10 million in 1997, and so many more that add up to be worth $101 million purchased in the next few years. The final investment is charitable contributions. The main charitable contributions include the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation. The total grant payment from the Gates to this foundation was $36 million as of 2021.
I say million here, but it's actually billion, so it's actually $36 billion as of 2021.
In 2019, Melinda Gates invested $519 million of her own money to that foundation. They have also opted to put all of their money into the Giving Pledge when they pass away. This wasn't much of an investment, but this is where the majority of their money goes when they're not spending it on fancy items. Thank you guys so much for watching until the end. Before doing research on this video, I didn't think that Bill Gates had too much in collectibles or super nice things, but that changed while I researched. This was an interesting video to make and I learned a lot from creating it. Anyways, enough of that. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Make sure to like and subscribe with notifications on and comment down below saying that you did, because I'll be responding to all of your comments. Thank you again for watching and I'll see you in the next video.